Hi, this is Daniel Hutchins, and today we're going to be talking about an article from our friends, Screen Rant. So today from Screen Rant, we are going to be talking about super soldiers. Yep, so all 22 super soldiers created in the MCU, and not just Captain America. Captain America is the most famous super soldier in MCU, but Abraham Erskine's serum is responsible for changing a lot of other people's powers too. This was from 5 hours ago. Here we go. Steve Rogers is the most famous super soldier in MCU, but there are many other characters with the same origin and same powers as Captain America. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is filled with heroes and villains, with assorted superpowers and special abilities. Most of them either gain these powers from different sources or were simply born with them. Characters like Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange were in the right place and at the right time to start their journey into superheroism, even though they didn't seem so lucky at first. And gods like Thor and Loki needed to go through grueling challenges to fully realize how powerful they really were. But one of the most common origins, though, is the use of the super soldier serum, developed by Abraham Erskine. Throughout his life, the prospects of a serum that could give someone superhuman abilities made him a target of Adolf Hitler. Although he was forced to complete the formula for the Nazis, the experiments did not go as planned. Erskine was imprisoned for his failure, but later rescued by Peggy Carter, who helped make him an ally of the United States. It was in 1943 that the super soldier serum was finally perfected and ready to use, and versions of the serum have been used since. They've been used to create super soldiers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Related to this article is other super soldiers the MCU might have besides Isaiah Bradley. Now, the success of Erskine's serum didn't bring some copycats and other attempts at creating super soldiers. Extremis and Calvin Zaba's formula are just a few power-granting serums that tried to replicate Erskine's, but they did not directly borrow from the science. Bruce Banner did come close to replicating it, but added gamma radiation to the mix, leading him to become the Hulk. However, Erskine's super soldier serum is responsible for the creation of some of the MCU's earliest and most prominent characters. With Phase 4 underway, the super soldier serum is still playing a major role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Here are a couple of super soldiers created in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So here we go. So you got Captain America, number 1. Steve Rogers was the first success story for Erskine's super soldier serum. After a rigorous evaluation progress, Steve was chosen to undergo an experimental operation to gain superhuman abilities. Erskine's formula and Howard Stark's chamber worked to perfection. Steve emerged from the chamber several inches taller and more muscular. With the serum giving him super strength and more physical gifts, he could now run faster than the average human, but not as fast as someone like Quicksilver. Had better reflexes and even quicker healing. Although Steve initially only suited up in red, white, and blue uniform for performances, he later ventured in combat on his own to try to save his best friend Bucky Barnes. Captain America would then be frozen for nearly 70 years after defeating the Red Skull, only to be awakened in 2010 and become a member of the Avengers. He spent the next several years of his life saving the world on multiple occasions before deciding to grow old with Peggy Carter at the end of Avengers Endgame. Next, we got Red Skull. Joan Schmidt was an original test subject for Erskine's super soldier serum. Schmidt was one responsible for overseeing Erskine's research when he was forced to work at Hydra and saw the super soldier serum as the answer to his problems. He wanted to do more powerful as part of the quest to obtain the Tesseract, and thought the serum was to make this possible. However, Erskine was not given proper time or resources to complete his formula, and refused to cooperate with Schmidt's selfish desires. Instead of waiting, Schmidt forced Erskine to hand over an early version of serum and injected it into himself. Related to this article is why Zemo made Captain America like the MCU's Red Skull. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about someone else. So the early version of Erskine's serum did give Schmidt superhuman strength, but it also changed his physical appearance in other ways as a result of side effects. He lost his hair, his skin turned red, and his face became deformed to resemble a skull. Hence his new name of Red Skull. Despite his super strength, Red Skull didn't utilize his physical abilities that often, although he did hold his own in a fight with Captain America prior to Tesseract transporting him to Vormir. Next we got Bucky Barnes. Bucky Barnes became a super soldier thanks to experiments done on him by Hydra during World War II. He became a prisoner of war during World War II and the subject of Arnim Zola's experiments. He underwent some early tests during his capture, but was found again by Zola after Bucky was believed to have fallen from a train to his death. The fall resulted in Bucky losing his arm and getting vibranium replacement from the left side. But this also is where Zola gave him a version of Super Soldier Serum to make him Hydra's lethal assassin known as the Winter Soldier. While Hydra brainwashed Bucky, he was involved with several significant moments in MCU's history. It was only then, when Bucky saw Steve again during the events of Captain America Winter Soldier, that his memory started to come back to him. He struggled to ditch the Hydra programming, but managed to do so with the help of Shuri and Wakanda's technology. Bucky is now fully reformed and working to be his own man and hero. His story in the Falcon Winter Soldier showed him overcoming Hydra's programming and highlighted the burden he carried as a result from his Winter Soldier days. Now we go into other Winter Soldiers. Bucky wasn't the only beneficiary from Hydra's Winter Soldier program. Flashbacks in Captain America Civil War showed multiple assassins were trained during 1990s and 2000s to obey Hydra's commands. All of them were enhanced with a version of the Super Soldier Serum, derived from samples that Howard Stark possessed before Bucky killed him. However, the impact of other Winter Soldiers is limited in MCU, as they rioted against Hydra and were put on ice. It was only in 2016 that Baron Zemo tracked down the location to where they were held and killed the other 5 Winter Soldiers so that they could not be used again. Related to this article is Captain America Civil War has the MCU's most underrated villain twist. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about someone else. So next we got Bruce Banner, the Hulk. Now Bruce Banner is not a typical super soldier. He was a lead in mind in biochemistry and gamma radiation that happened and manipulated by General Thaddeus Ross into tinkering with the replica of the original Super Soldier Serum. Instead of Raven Erskine's vital waves, Banner employed gamma energy to power the experiment, was on the creation of his monstrous alter ego, the Hulk. The Hulk ended up being much faster, stronger, and durable than any super soldier that came before him. His healing factor is off the charts, and in short, he became basically unstoppable. The only caveat was that the Hulk can't be easily controlled, as he possesses his own aggressive and unpredictable identity. Luckily for Bruce Banner, it was possible to merge the human scientist with the gamma-powered beast, giving way to an individual who is both and neither of them at the same time, Smartpak. Emil Blonsky. Okay, so Emil Blonsky is another super soldier created by a replicant of Erskine Serum. As an older special ops commander, Blonsky was eager to enhance his body so it paired with the mind of someone with his years of experience. A General Thunderbolt Ross helped Blonsky receive an injection of serum, granting him the usual way superhuman abilities. However, Blonsky's desire for more power led him to expose the gamma radiation, which transformed him into Abomination, an even more brutal and aggressive version of the Hulk. He only got to use these powers a few times, as the first encounter with the Hulk nearly killed him. He has been in S.H.I.E.L.D. custody for more than a decade, but his MCU story is not over yet, as he's now a participant of the Shang-Chi and Legend 10 Rings fighting tournament. Isaiah Bradley. The Falcon Winter Soldier brought Isaiah Bradley to the MCU and confirmed his place as another super soldier. Bradley's story goes back to 1950, and U.S. government experimented on black soldiers. To try to replicate Erskine's Super Soldier Serum, he was one of the lone success stories, and became the original black Captain America. However, his actions led to Bradley being incarcerated for treason. He faked his death and was left out of history books until Bucky introduced him to Sam, who used his power as Captain America to put Isaiah's story in the Captain America exhibit. Next we got John Walker. Yep, so The Falcon Winter Soldier introduced a new super soldier in the MCU with John Walker. The exceptional soldier was selected to be the new Captain America after Sam Wilson handed over the shield. While he had no powers to speak of at the start, Walker's hunger for power and respect pushed him over the edge, and eventually found a single vial of super soldier serum that Baron Zemo failed to destroy. Walker elected to take the serum to increase his physical abilities, which also emphasized more of the darkness inside him. Related to this article is John Walker's war history confirms Steve Rogers' Phase 1 privilege, but we're not talking about that, we're talking about someone else. Once Walker took this super soldier serum, it didn't take long for him to put his newfound abilities to use. His superhuman strength allowed him to take on the Flag Smashers and brutally kill one of them after the death of a sidekick, Lamar Hoskins, aka Battlestar. He then took on Bucky and Sam and nearly defeated them both before Sam and Bucky broke John's arm. Walker did get a chance to slight redemption in the Falcon Winter Soldier finale and put his powers to better use. Now he's positioned to do the same under U.S. agent alias. Next we got Carly Morgenthau. Carly Morgenthau is a new type of super soldier introduced in Falcon Winter Soldier. She received her powers from a serum developed by the Power Broker. While it gave her super strength and other increased physical abilities, the version of serum Carly took doesn't change her physical appearance. This meant no growth spurt and massive muscles, allowing her to blend in and strike when people least expected. Carly wanted to use her powers to help those in need that were displaced by governments after the blip was reversed. Although she started off with good intentions, Carly's determination to achieve this goal eventually led her to compromise on some beliefs and accept the loss of life, if it meant getting her way. Carly's death came as Sharon Carter's hand in Falcon Winter Soldier's finale, since she knew Sharon was the Power Broker. Next we got the Flag Smashers. With Carly Morgenthau in the lead, the Flag Smashers group was revealed to hold multiple super soldiers among its ranks. The anti-nationalist group cause resonated with people all over the world, but the core members of the team are also enhanced through the Power Broker super soldier serum. These super soldiers include Mattias, Nico, Dovich, Gigi, Didi, Lennox, and Diego. Mattias killed, sacrificing himself so the rest of the team could escape. Early on the Falcon and the Soldier, Nico was killed by John Walker, and the rest of the team was killed as part of Baron Zemo's plan following the failed attack on GRC. The Flag Smashers may not have survived beyond the action of Falcon and the Soldier, but the MCU still has many super soldiers with their own agendas to pursue. Next we got the Red Guardian. The interest in creating super soldiers is something that's spread far and wide throughout the MCU, with other countries repeatedly trying to replicate America's success with Steve Rogers. This pursuit led Russia to do some experiments of his own, with Alexei Chertoshov. David Harbour is only confirmed super soldier to emerge with powers from these efforts. It's not yet confirmed what exactly Russia did to change Alexei's life and make him the USSR's most popular superhero, nor is it known when Red Guardian received his powers. While Alexei's origin and becoming Red Guardian is still a mystery, the success of the experiments that led to his transformation was unquestionable. Related to this article is why Red Guardian can't fight Captain America on the MCU timeline. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about someone else. But Black Widow gives Red Guardian plenty of opportunities to flex his superhuman strength. The very beginning of the movie shows him flip a tank using his bare hands to make pathway for the escape plane he and his fake Russian spy family try to escape. Unfortunately for Alexei, this is the only action he received in recent years due to undercover mission from Molina in America, and he's eager to return to fighting when his cover was destroyed in 1995. The bad news continues, though, as Alexei isn't permitted to be Russia's version of Captain America and is thrown in jail for years. He makes good use of his powers during this time, though, to win arm wrestling matches and then leaps around the prison walls during an escape. Now that Red Guardian is free again, his super soldier powers and origin could be explored in future MCU properties. Next we got Peggy Carter. Marvel's What If debuted the introduction of Captain Carter, an alternate universe version of Peggy Carter, who replaces Steve Rogers in the first successful recipient of Abraham Erskine's original super soldier serum. Her decision to stay in the room while the experiment started ultimately led to her jumping in and receiving the serum, changing the course of history. Captain Carter sports a Union Jack-themed uniform and shield to fight the Nazis and Hydra. Since Peggy was naturally stronger and healthier than Steve before the experiment, it seems that her super soldier physiology became more powerful than the main universe Captain America. While Peggy Carter adapted to her super soldier abilities, Howard Stark manufactured a near-indestructible suit of armor for Steve Rogers, which he used to fight Shuma Gorath alongside Peggy, Bucky Barnes, and Howard commandos. But as every corner of the MCU multiverse seems to be ruled by fate, Peggy ended up in the present day after entering the portal that Tesseract opened, allowing her to meet Nick Fury and Hawkeye. So there you go, guys. That is just all of the 22 super soldiers created in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you guys like this content, hit that thumbs up button, y'all, and leave some thoughts down below, and you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.